Hey, what's the deal, YouTube? It's your girl, Miss Honey. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. It is your girl, Miss Honey here. It's Sunday. Happy Sunday. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. You guys already know why we're here. We had a break last week from Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, the second season, as a matter of fact. And we are back today, excited because episode 7, No Love Lost, was a meaty episode. Now, I didn't think so at first, okay? Full disclosure. When I first watched it, over in the wee hours of the morning, I thought, oh goodness, this is like the Shell Game, but with trap houses, right? Okay. You know, then I remembered last weekend when I was chilling, because I didn't have to do a review on Sunday. I remembered I was watching Wise Guys. I think that's the name of the movie, with Ray Liotta and Robert De Niro. And what's the one that played in Home Alone? And a whole bunch of other. I think he was in Casino too. He played in a lot of little mob movies. And he played in My Biological Clock is Clock, not Cock. Oh, that was Freudian. Listen. My biological clock is ticking like this. The two youths, Your Honor. The youths. What's a youth? The youths. The youths. That guy. He was in there too. Okay. And then, you know, towards the end, when things started getting crazy and Henry was looking for the helicopters that were the police, and he had to run to the hospital to get his brother, but he had gravy, aka sauce, on the stove, and he was coked up. He was going to the stash house and getting it chopped and bringing it back and strapping it on to the girl who was. It was like, That's what this episode reminded me of. This episode reminded me of the last hour of Wise Guys. It was so many moving pieces. It was so many people that I wasn't sure who to trust. The characters didn't know who to trust. Like, it was just so much, but we learned a lot. Okay, so let's do our housekeeping and then let's jump into this episode. Okay, if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'd love to have you subscribe and become a member of the Honeybees. You know, I mean, we like to talk about things in detail over here. We like to discuss, right? If you enjoy that type of energy, you know what I'm saying? Hit that subscription bell, hit that notification bell, so you know when I drop a video, you guys. Also, don't forget that thumbs up. Y'all know what that is. It's engagement, right? You have to have engagement. Oh my gosh. And comment down below. Listen, I apologize to everyone if you guys are getting late responses to your comments. My comments, for whatever reason, come on YouTube and YouTube Studio separately, right? I might have 50 over there in YouTube Studio, which I just discovered, like literally hundreds of messages that I never liked or commented on or anything. Listen, it kept me awake. It kept me awake the other day. So please forgive me for that. I'm going to work as hard as I can to check both. Like, I just had no idea. I mean, I really didn't know. Like, I would see 1 or 2 over there, but it was never this many. And it's just bugging me. It's bugging me because some of my favorite people I'm not seeing consistently. Which, you know, I love all of y'all. But I'm talking about the one, y'all who ride with me. You know, who've been with me from Underground to Greenleaf. Speaking of Greenleaf, we're going to talk about it. And Queen Sugar and all of that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, please forgive me. Y'all know I talk to y'all in them comments down below. So if I don't talk to y'all, and you don't see me respond back, a heart or anything on your comment, hit me up on Instagram and let me know. Just help me out like that, okay? Just remind me, because y'all know I be wanting to talk back. Okay? Miss Honey 8, MS Honey 8 on Instagram. Hit me up in the DMs, right? If your name is different, tell me who you are on YouTube. Y'all know I don't have time for no shell games. I need to know who everybody is, and we're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna hunt your comment down and we're gonna discuss it. Okay, y'all see, it's important to talk to me down below, right? Okay, that's what we like to do. Listen, let me tell you what we're gonna do. we're going to go character by character, right? And we're going to expound on our characters. Normally, our annex characters, people like Burke, Unique, Symphony, those individuals we talk about mixed in with our main characters. But this go round, maybe when I tell you it's something going on where everybody, okay, we going character by character, boo. We're going character by character, huh? Okay, let's do it. Okay, let's first of all, we're going to talk about Burke. Okay, Burke. When I tell you your girlfriend got you all the way together, you didn't receive it. Okay, you didn't receive it. But later on in the still of the night, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks what your girlfriend told you. Okay, first of all, Burke is following Kanan. Okay, and when Kanan goes and has a little nashi over with Symphony, they come outside after they converse and talk and eat. They come outside and she see them hug, and she take down his plate and call it in. Breaker 19. Smoking a bandit here. You know what I'm saying? Alpha, Ralph, Jacob, Charlie, 129. Run that plate. Okay. Not only does she run the plate, not only is she following Kanan, but now she following Symphony by proxy. Okay, by proxy, right? You with Kanan, let me see what you doing. Just like she did with the sex worker and Howard. Andre, what was her name? Andrea and Detective Howard. Now she done followed Andrea and shook Andrea down for information that she barely know herself. Okay, and now she finna shake down Symphony. All right, let's see how far you gonna go with this. Okay, not only do she run his plate, but she pull him over and she questions him about the night of the shooting. First of all, he was just like, okay, my license is in my wallet and my registration is in the glove box. Okay, and at that time I noticed his Timex. Y'all remember when a man's watch was important, huh? Okay, all right. And then I noticed he had some real hairy, his arms is real hairy. That hair was licking out from underneath that jacket. I was like, Symphony. You giving me light on the outside, dark on the inside, tease. You know what? I dated you back in the day. I dated Unique too, but we're gonna talk about all that. Listen, you got to focus, okay? And she was like, "That's fine. Get your information out." And now she not in a police car. She in like a detective's car, and she done put her light on the dashboard, child. Okay, pull him over, and then she started asking him questions. He was like, "What's going on? Like, what's happening? Where was you on the night of the shooting? Your name came up." Your plate came up the night of the shooting. You was pulled over at such and such and such. He was like, the police was checking everybody that night. And she was like, yeah, but where was you going? He was like, to the airport to drop a friend off. How do you know Kanan Stark? And he was like, what is going on? Do you know Kanan Stark? Because you're asking a lot of questions about Kanan Stark. Okay, and she was like, how do you know him? I'm asking the questions here, not you. He was my student. He is a high school student, sir. You sure know a lot about Kanan. Listen, he was in the after school program, ma'am. You ever heard of after school program? Black children go to after school programs too, ma'am. Okay, FYI. And she was like, how you know Kanan daddy? He was like, whoa, this is going too far. Either give me the ticket or let me go, boo. So she go back to run the plate because she got to make this look legitimate. But don't know what you look like is that you stupid. Like you obsessed. That's what you look like. Huh? That's what you look like. Later on, she has Howard's detective police file. She done bribed some guy at his old precinct, I guess, or the guy over the records, I don't know, to pull Detective Howard's files from the 70s. From the 70s. What are you talking? From the 70s. She has this man's file. And a list of the CIs. The CIs don't have names, but they have numbers. They say they gender and they age. And she found one in them records that is 17 years old and a female. And so she thinking out loud and talking to this guy who's told her, "Mom's the word. You never got these records from me. I could get fired for this. Like you need to be easy with this, right?" She thinking out loud all of this stuff. Meanwhile, there's a detective at the desk, a police officer at the desk that's ear hustling, hears it all. And he know this don't even sound right. This don't even sound a little bit like right. Okay, like what is we doing? What is we working on, man? Why is you over here pulling up this guy's record, right? It's suspicious. It's suspicious because of what her girlfriend said, right? So she finds all this out, and then we see what she got at home, and she got all her paperwork strewn out, and she is just so focused on it. Her girlfriend said, "You didn't even come to bed last night, huh? Did you even come to bed?" You know what I'm saying? "I gotta leave because my mama done failed." Now she don't even blink. She don't even look up. She said, "You gotta let this go. You got to let this go." She said, "I am investigating a shooting." This is what Burke say. Her girlfriend say, "You not investigating a shooting. You investigating a cop. You acting like IA, internal affairs. Are you internal affairs?" Burke was like, "Ah la 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 la, ah la 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 la." I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're saying. I don't. What are we working on? We talking about? I need you to focus on Howard. Okay. Huh? What you want for breakfast, Howard? Okay. Did you brush your teeth? I brushed them with Howard. Huh? You thirsty? I'm drinking Howard and Howard only. Okay. Let it go, Burke. Let it go. Okay. Let it go. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about Howard. Howard down at the precinct. Oh my gosh, this is a sordid mess, you guys. Howard is down at the precinct, and he sees Scrap's mom in there talking to the detective Ping, and he asks another dude out there, like, "What is this lady doing in here? In this, I thought didn't her son kill himself or something? Like, why is she in here? With all this commotion?" And the guy says, "Oh, well, she's Ping's CI, and she don't believe her son killed himself." And he was like, "Wait a minute, I thought the son was the CI." And he said, "No, she runs a gambling ring, and she overhears things when people are playing the game, and they talking about stuff, and she gives that information to Detective Ping if he leaves her game alone. In other words, if he don't break it up and arrest people and try to arrest her for running illegal gambling operation." And so this is the moment where Detective Howard realized, "Dad burn it, I done got somebody killed." He spent a little minute on it, but not much. He put a pin in it, but just because there still is a snitch out there. Okay. I mean, okay. And he got to look out for Rock, because looking out for Rock is looking out for Kanan. Okay. So we see where Rock runs down on Howard about Burke. She finds out about Burke, right? And she finds out about Symphony being pulled over. Okay. Symphony lets her know. Okay. But we're gonna talk about that. We see where Burke, she says Burke is a problem. Burke is a problem. Okay. And to Detective Howard, Symphony sounds like he a problem too. Okay. Be quiet, Detective Howard. Now you steady getting folks killed. Okay. He said, "Did Kanan tell you that he came to me to get his friend Famous out?" She said, "Well, I knew Famous was out, but I didn't know who got him out." "Yeah, I got him out, and he had a bag full of filthy, nasty, dirty drug money." Ooh. When he said that, my stomach kind of turned over a little bit. Like, y'all know I don't like gas pump handles, and money. The only thing nastier than a gas pump handle is a dollar bill, or vice versa. However you look at it, but when I just think about the germs on money, ooh, and money that crack hand, it really does nauseate me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And he said, "I take it that was your money," and Rob was like, I think we came here about you and not about me, sir. Who's zooming who? Who's zooming who? Like, what is she doing? So, and he tells her, he says, you know what? You keep putting Kanan in the crosshairs and he's going to eventually get hit, Rock. You know, and she said, I can handle my business. Okay, I just need you to handle your business, and I'm gonna handle my business. Okay. And as she walking, off, he says, "Oh, by the way, Scrap wasn't a snitch. Baby, when I tell you her knees buckle, and she got so jelly. Oh, her back got so jelly. Oh." I didn't know she was gonna be all her bones just started baby, when I tell you she went down in a tunnel and back out of the tunnel and down in the tunnel and back out of the tunnel, baby, her soul left her body and floated around and came back in. Buckled the knees, huh? Look what you did. Look what you did, huh? Baby, that thing hit Rock hard. It did. And I can appreciate that. Okay. And she said, I thought you told me I made a mistake, Rock. How could you make a mistake? Listen, it's not hard to do. In a world where people are lying and perpetrating all the time, I really thought he was. And she was like, he was like, listen, I made a mistake. Okay. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you need to think about it. What you gonna do when your lies? Okay, people lying and snitching and double black and double crossing and dismissing and diminishing. And listen, what you gonna do when your ish come back to haunt you? What you gonna do when all your lies catch up with you? Later on, he goes to see James Bingham, right? That's Nicole daddy. He want to talk to her about Detective Burke. You remember Detective Burke investigated Nicole's death. Now, I don't know how Burke gonna be fodder this season, but I got a feeling Burke is gonna be fodder this season. Either she gonna be sleeping with the fishes, you know what I'm saying, get her lights cut off. Okay, shout out to TSF Entertainment. Y'all check me out over there later on this evening, 6 p.m. We're gonna do a panel discussion on this episode, and we have a good time over there. Okay, y'all come and see me 6 p.m. Eastern time. Check out the community wall. We talk about it. Okay, listen. I don't know what he working on. If she gonna be sleeping with the fishes, gets her lights cut off, or if he gonna find a way to get her kicked off out of the police force. To get her kicked all the way out the police force. Okay, we gonna see. We gonna see. Listen, come on, let's talk about Juke and Laverne. Let's talk about it. Okay, listen. Juke goes down to the cemetery to see Nicole. You know, she always down there just looking at the graveside and just thinking about life and everything that's going on. Her life was on such a different course before Nicole died. And I remember people saying, I wonder if Nicole's death is what changed Juke. I guess in a way it is, because it sent her down this path where she looking for her mama, where she fought with her daddy and she looking for her mama. You know what I'm saying? Like, she found her mama, right? Like, she's on this weird path. Okay, when Nicole's dad shows up and he's got flowers, he in a taxi cab, and immediately he starts talking kindly and cordially to Juke, and he calls her Laverne. One of the few people on this episode that call her Laverne. Burke and Nicole daddy. I think Nicole called her Laverne too, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we see where at first Juke is nervous because she looking for the mama, because you know the mama is out of control. Okay, and she don't want no parts of that mama with her hurtful ways and her biting remarks. And he said, you looking for Linda? Linda ain't here. As Linda and I are divorcing. I guess we were never really compatible, and we were waiting for Nicole to go off to college to do it. So I guess you could say her death kind of just really hurried it along a little bit. It was inevitable anyway, right? We just don't see things the same. We don't see things eye to eye. And he tells her, that, once he starts talking about Nicole, he gets emotional. And he also, in those emotions, acknowledges Juke. She loved you. I'm so glad she had an opportunity to find love, some semblance of love, before she passed away. And he says, because Nicole cared about you, I care about you too. If you ever find that you need anything at all, you just let me know. And she was like, and then she pulled a tissue out of her pocket, because she carried him around because she cried all the time about Nicole, and gave him a tissue. It was a good moment. It was a tender moment. And it was this look on Laverne's face, the way he talked to her, the way he kind of related to her and related to his daughter and their relationship together. You can just tell it helped her so much. That one moment gave her so much comfort. Before he walks off, he said, whatever happened to that tape y'all made together where y'all was singing together in the mall? And she was like, I don't know. He was like, yeah, Linda probably took it. She probably destroyed it. Anyway, you take good care, Laverne. She was like, oh, you don't have to leave. He was like, oh no, I'm here every other week. I'm here every other day. Just letting her know that I loved her. Laverne say, I loved her too. Oh yes, I acknowledge your love for her. I too love my daughter. I too miss her. And we have that in common, basically. Okay. Then we see where Juke is in Bible study, okay, with Kenya. Okay. And that's her mama. And the teacher in the Bible study just so happens to be teaching about sexual sins, sexual immorality and these types of things, and alternative lifestyles. While Kenya sneaks her hand over and touches Juke's hand like, okay, this for you. Yeah, it's all kind of subtle, but not really subtle. Like, it's apparent to me that Kenya knows about Juke's proclivities, and she is trying to, in her own way, shift her and change her, and she got her people in church involved in that too. I'm starting to see Kenya a little bit differently now. I'm starting to see Kenya a little bit differently now. Okay, I'm starting to see her as not so different than Rock. I'm starting to see that she is kind of on the sneaky tip, the conniving tip too. Controlling, manipulative tip too. Okay. Now Rox is dangerous. I wonder what's going on with the Kenya situation. Is it just to get your way? To make sure everything fits into a picture that you like? I'm not sure. Okay. Like I said, she reaches over as he talks about alternative lifestyles and holds Juke's hand, right? And no, she holds Laverne's hands, right? She calls Laverne too. And when Laverne with her mama, she looked like Laverne. You know what I'm saying? The Laverne they wanted her to be, with her hair down and long and looking real good. Again, this is about Juke and Laverne, right? Okay, Laverne was at the gravesite, Laverne is here looking like Laverne, dressed like Laverne, made up like Laverne. Okay, earrings in her ear like Laverne. Okay. And she got Corey over there at the end of the Bible study table winking at her. Right? Later she caves to the pressure of both Kenya and Corey. Okay, Kenya over there supposed to be talking to the teacher, and looking down at Corey talk to Laverne. And Laverne is brushing him off and brushing him off and brushing him off. He calling her his future wife, his future baby mama, and whoop, 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 whoop. And she is like, he was like, come on, give me your number, right? She see her mama looking, and she see her mama kind of approve a little bit. She want to prove to her mama that, let me just see. Let me just blend. This makes you happy. This is what I'm going to do. She takes it and she writes the number down. When she writing the number down, she look up at her mama, and her mama looking dead at her. Now, she been sneaking glances at her all along. Like I said, this is a part of her plan. And she been sneaking glances all along. She catch her looking and she give her a little almost wink. That's it. That's what girls do. Girls take numbers. Girls have to talk to boys. If you want to be normal, you have to be seen talking to the opposite sex. You got to wear your hair like this. You got to wear makeup, and you got to be what the world needs you to be. Normal, right? Okay. Like I said, she gives in to both of them. Gives him her number. Then we see can you look on, like I said, approvingly. Then when he walks off and she turns around, you can see Juke. And Juke said, the look on Juke's face said, I'm not sure how long I can keep this up. Okay. Juke gets the tape that Marvin destroyed, or she thought he destroyed, and kind of put it back together, and she takes it down to one of the more Yiddish electronic shop owners. He owned electronic shops, and she asked him how much it was going to cost to fix the tape, and he tells her what all he has to do in $20. She take the $20, count that change, baby, and give him the money, okay, and walks out. That was Juke, right? Huh? Okay. Then we see where Juke, like I said, gets the tape fixed. Laverne goes to the movies with Corey. Okay, and Laverne is fun and a good kisser. Okay, Laverne is fun and a good kisser. Okay, but Juke, like I said, don't know how long she gonna be able to keep all of this here facade up. Okay, Juke also takes the tapes to Nicole's dad's house and in a plastic bag and leaves it on the front stoop and hits the doorbell, right? And she in full Juke garb, baby. Okay, she got on khaki, she got on long belt that's hanging down like a phallus. Okay, a long phallus, and a sweatshirt and a hoodie over that, and just covered up, baby. Baseball cap. She comes back down them steps, bloop, 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 hits that corner, hands in the pocket, and she looked like a dude from afar. Detective Howard is on his way. He doesn't really know where he going. He looking for the address and things, and he don't pay attention, but Juke see him. He don't see her. Okay, and then Juke does what Juke does best, which is surveil. Okay, she goes down and she hides behind a tree across the street, and she watches as James Bingham, okay, Nicole's dad, comes outside and picks up the bag and looks at the tape, and it says Nicole, and he looks around immediately. Now Detective Howard is standing there. He looks around immediately. He said, Detective Howard say, James Bingham, I'm Detective Howard. I want to talk to you. He was like, did you see who left this tape? And he was like, no, I didn't see nothing. I just walked up. And he was like, oh. Juke see all of this. She see all of this. Okay. Detective Howard say, listen, I'm here to talk to you about Detective Burke. Okay. And James say, come on in. He's still looking though. Come on in. Okay. Juke sees it all. Juke sees it all. All right. Come on now. Come on. Walk with me. Walk with me, Lord. Okay. Let's talk about Marvin. Let's go and talk about it. Listen. Marvin is meeting with the Italian's boss's son, whom he calls Capone. We gonna call him Capone Jr. because his daddy is the boss. Okay, he Capone Sr. Right? This is a big deal. Marvin done invited him out for a slice, huh? Just a little bonding over some cheese and sauce. You know, that's what Marvin does. Any contemplation he does has to be done over a snack, right? Okay, he's constantly snacking. Okay, so he tells the guy's like, why do you have me here? And he was like, listen, I got a rat problem over in your neck of the woods. I can't go over and do this, okay, and take care of my rat problem because, you know what I'm saying, I'm a person of color. Okay, I'm a ninja. Ninjas can't be seen over there. I need somebody who can get in real smooth like mayonnaise, right? And not be noticed, like ambrosia salad. You know what I'm saying? And the guy's like, how is your problem a problem? I need you to help me with that problem. If I did help you, it'd be 5 large. 5? Oh, okay, there's no problem. You know what? Let me think about it. See, this is what I like about you. Okay, my family don't need to know about this. My dad don't need to know about this. This is my business. I don't need my dad to be knowing about. My dad cannot know, okay, about none of this. And Marvin's like, I don't have a problem. I don't talk about my crimes, technically. Just sauce and cheese, right? And so the guy was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to think about it. Y'all know who his rat problem is? It's Tony. Okay, so then we see where he goes to Rock's house, right? Because something is going on down at the Basie, the Carter, whatever the name of the first trap house she built in the apartment complex, and he want to talk to Rock about it. And he finds Laverne there, and she is making herself some soup for lunch. And he says, hey, is Rock here? And she said, no, she not. When she say no, she not here, he knows, she talking to me. Do something. Say something nice. Oh, how have you been? And she was like, good. He was like, good. He turns to walk off, and he closes the door, and he said, you know what? How come you didn't tell me about your moms? You know, and she was like, was you ever gonna tell me about your moms? And she said, no, not really. I was never gonna speak to you again. Okay, I was never gonna speak to you again. Okay, but the Spirit of the Lord, boom, fell upon me when I was singing, and I decided to talk to you. Okay, I saw a real dad today down at the cemetery, and I decided to give you a chance. Okay, a second chance to get it right. Basically. And he says, she left you. She left us. Okay. She left you a long time ago. She don't care nothing about you and never looked back. Just dropped you. And she said, were you any better? He was like, at least I was here. He said, listen, Kenya is on her own ish. Always has been. She always has been. I wanted us to make a note of that. Okay, because we made a note of the fact that it doesn't look like, even though I think Rock has something to do with her getting the heck on, it doesn't look like Marvin has those same feelings. It kind of seems like to me he was shocked about her leaving, right? He doesn't know why she left. Maybe she didn't leave because of Rock. Maybe she left because she's selfish. She wants to do her own thing whenever she wants to do her own thing, and she doesn't want to be accountable. Or maybe that's why Rock ran her off. Maybe both things are true. I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. Y'all put it down below. Okay. All right. So then we see where he tells her about Kenya, and he goes from there to anger management. Now, when he left Laverne, Juke, aka Juke, you know, that was an emotional conversation for him to have. Like I said, he seems genuinely frustrated about Kenya and Juke being reunited, Kenya being back. Okay, so he leaves there in this really frustrated place, not necessarily angry, but really frustrated place, and he goes down to the anger management graduation party, right? It's the last they're all going to meet together. They've all met their court mandates, or, you know, whatever. And so Miss Renee want to make sure she let Marvin know that she done roll her number down. Call me. Pull up on me. She tells Marvin that he can call her anytime, day and night, child. If he needs someone to listen to him. And he said, oh, okay, cool. I like to be heard. She was like, I like hearing. I like lots and lots of vigorous hearing, right? Okay, so like I said, she makes it very, very clear. Pull up on me. Okay. All right, so then we see where Capone, okay, and Capone Jr., more specifically Capone Jr. and the Catskills idiot have decided that they're gonna take care of Marvin's rat problem, okay? And it is a cluster duck. It is a complete and utter cluster duck. I'm gonna tell you what happened, but first I'm gonna talk to you about Unique, okay? Because Unique is gonna be pivotal to whatever Marvin got going on with the Italians, okay? More specifically, Capone Jr., okay? Unique is chilling at his trap house. He chilling over there at his trap house in New Jersey, right? Him and Warrell. Now, it's a weird situation. I said, I don't know if it was on TSF Entertainment or if it was on my channel during my review, but why would Rock put Warrell and Unique together? Like, it just doesn't seem to make sense to me. Well, Unique explains it to us because Warrell walks up with a bag of money, and Unique is standing there, baby, with an MCM jogger set on, leather MCM jogger set on, baby. Okay, and Warrell is concerned because the stash house Rock put him in, the trap house Rock put him in, he's moved it and got his own spot and then tell Rock. And Warrell says, you need to talk to Rock. Did you talk to Rock about the move? And Unique says Rock is just an investor. Okay, she's just an investor. Rock got us here together because she don't know what to do with either one of us, okay? And she need all her problems in one place. Well, we make our own plan, he says. Don't nobody else make no plans for us. We make our own plans. We're not gonna get caught slipping again, okay? Not me and not you. At the same time, Capone Jr. pulls up, and Warrell and Unique go down to the car and give him the bag of money. And the guys, they're talking about the guys in the neighborhood. I thought that's what they was talking about, the guys in the neighborhood. It's so weird to me because is it just me, or is it weird to hear a black man talking to a Caucasian man and he's calling his own people and himself the N-word? I was just like, why you what? You know what I'm saying? It's so oxymoronic and it's weird. Is it just me? Unique is talking about these ninjas around here got to go, and I'm just like, I dated Unique before too. I did. When I saw him in that MCM jumpsuit and them long fingers, I said, oh, I know you. Always smell good, baby. Always smell good. I know leather is hot. I get it. I get all that, but I'm talking about everything is just fresh. I digress. Okay. And Al Capone Jr. say, what do you know about this Martin? What do you know about the older brother, Martin? I was like, were we talking about Rock and her family? Are these ninjas? It was a real transition. What do you know about the older brother, Marvin, whatever the duck his name is? And Unique is like, duck Marvin. Okay, duck Marvin. He says, listen, we're trying to do business together. Okay, is he good for the money? And Unique says, far as I know, Marvin pay what he owe, right? What are you two getting into together? And he's like, no big deal, really. He's got a little problem. He got out my way. Nothing to write home about. He says, basically, you don't need to be talking to my daddy about it when he say nothing to write home about. And so when he pull off, Unique tell Warrell, them two ninjas working together, hide your women and your children. Hide your women and your children. Huh? It was an odd statement. I could say hide your women because Marvin is long gone silver, right? But hide your children? Your children? Which one is that for? Never know mine. Like I said, going back to Marvin, okay, that's it for Unique. Going back to Marvin, we see where, like I said, Capone Jr. and the Catskills idiots, they go to do the job. They decide to do the job, right? Marvin co-signed him, and he decided, okay, I'm gonna do this job and get this quick lick. They sitting in the car, and Tom, the Catskill idiot, is like, I'm gonna go in here and do this job and show your dad he can be proud of me. And he says, don't bring my daddy into this. This is my job, not my dad's job. My dad don't need to know about none of this. And Tom is like, oh, okay. Don't worry. This won't be another catastrophe like Catskills was. And they go inside now. Tony's in there, her and her fiance Darren, and she riding it. She riding the white horse, okay, literally and cocaine wise, drug wise. She riding the white horse, And it's just so passionate and so wonderful. And Capone Jr. and the Catskills idiot Tom kicked the folks' door open. Why is you kicking the door open? Why are you kicking a door open? It just don't make no sense. You've already broken into the house. You can hear that they're post-coitus. All you got to do is turn that knob and go in. Okay? And then you got a silencer. Doop, doop, dead, done. Nah. We don't do that. What we do instead is kick the door open. She sits up and screams. Capone Jr. shoots her in the head. And then Darren runs out of the bathroom and jumps on Capone Jr. And they rolling around. And Capone Jr. says, Tom, shoot him, Tom. And Tom is a stupid idiot. All he knows how to do is attack children. And doop, peels the gun off and kills Capone Jr., the Italian boss's son. Oh, it's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. Please understand, okay? At the same time, Darren, the dentist, picks up the gun and he starts shooting at Tom. And Tom got his eyes closed and he's shooting at Darren. And he hits Darren and Darren hits him. And Tom, the idiot from the Catskills, runs off. Okay? Runs off. It's a mess. It is a whole mess. Okay? Darren shoots Tom. Tom shoots Darren. Darren goes to the hospital. And Tom goes to a pigeon coop on top of a roof in New Jersey to die. Shot in the gut. They say a gut wound is the most painful. It bleeds the worst, relentlessly. That's what they say. Okay? Huh? All right. Come on, let's talk about Lou. Lou is the new crown. But he don't realize it to the end of to the very end that he's the new crown. The same thing he did to Crown, Cartier is gonna do to him. But let me just tell you why. He in the studio screwing Zisa. She seemed like she hooked. She does. I thought she was a part of some scheme with Cartier, and it still could be true. But she seemed like she really hung up on that D that Lou give. Okay, that big plant, huh? The one-eyed wonder weenie, that Georgia Dome. She seemed like she real hooked on that though. So I don't know about her. Okay. And they doing the nasty in the studio when Safari from Love and Hip Hop comes in demanding $50K. Evidently, he's a part of the Linton gang. Okay, you know, well, you know what I'm saying? What going on? What the going on? You know what I'm saying? Where Crown be at? Crown ain't here. I like this look on Lou, but it's still, he's giving me posturing, but he's not giving me the strength I felt from him in that season 1. Early on in season 1, right? Lou has turned out to be quite a buster, actually. I'm disappointed. I thought with the way he handled Crown last week, we was going to see a little bit more, like we was going to see a little bit more of the old Lou, or what we thought was the old Lou. But I see right now it's posturing. He's standing there with his belt buckle open, and he got a cigarette in his mouth and talking like, you know, saying, Crown ain't here. Ain't no Crown here right now. We ain't got no Crown here. You know what I'm saying? I don't look at you check your business up at Crown. Crown owe us $50,000. Okay, and we need to see Crown. Crown own this studio. Crown is part owner of the studio. Crown's debt is not your debt. Okay, you tell him I'm looking for him. You tell him I'm looking for him. The Linton gang is looking for him. Okay. This makes Lou desperate. So Lou goes down to the Basie Trap house and shakes them down. Basically, all today's receipts, all the money they collected for the day, they even had a chance to count it yet. He got a paper bag that he stuffed. Is there any other bag that we need to carry money in? Can we carry money in a different bag? A black bag from the convenience store? You know what I'm saying? It could have beer in it, or it could have $50,000 in it. We don't know, right? But these paper bags, I don't get it. He just collecting. It was a wonder he didn't shake Marvin down for his check, because Marvin come in. Marvin's like, Lou, what the heck is going on? We got people gathered outside. Oh, we're on a break right now because Lou taking all the day's receipts. And he was like, Lou, what are you doing? Lou was like, oh, I'm handling business. I gotta handle. Okay, I'm handling business. Okay, looking real crackish. Real crackish in this moment, Lou. I didn't like it at all. Looking real crackish. Okay. And so he said, Lou, when Lou run out, he said, Lou, that money gotta be counted. You don't understand. We have to count that money. He said, I got the numbers in my head, man. I'm handling. I gotta handle. I was like, ooh, this is so crackish. Okay. Later on, Lou and his Acura get mollywopped by the Linton gang. Evidently, the money he got from over at Rocks wasn't enough, because he desperate. He really desperate now. He's super desperate. He goes and talks with Cartier. And Cartier tell him, hey, listen, if you certain Crown is gone, you need to be certain about that. But I'm gonna tell you right now, the Linton gang is not a gang to be trifled with. This is what he tells him. Okay, he said, why haven't you asked your sister for the assistance? And he said, I don't want Rock in this studio business. I don't want her to be a part of this label. I don't need her to be a part of this label. Okay. I was like, ooh, this is a lot. You got a lot going on, Lou, right? You bringing in these outside elements and everything. It's weird. I thought he arranged with Rock when he asked her for money last time. He arranged something with her where if she was going to be supporting the business financially, it needed to be a benefit to her. Okay, and later on when we see her, she does claim to own the studio. Don't mean she really do, but on paper it's gonna look like she owned the label, right? But we're gonna talk about that. Anywho, he said he don't want Rock touching the label, and he tells Cartier tells Lou that he thinks he's talented. He really does think he has a gift, but this is business. Business is different from having a gift, right? In other words, this is business. So Lou was like, oh no, I get it. Put interest on it. Well, yeah. Yeah, of course. He say, and give me a due date. Well, yeah, obviously. I don't need you to tell me how to do this. Cartier say, yeah. Let me tell you something. How you gonna own the studio if Crown don't come back? He said, listen, no big deal. I talked to his mama and get her to sell it to me. Get her to sell his half. He don't own but 50%. Okay, throw some cash her way. You ain't got no cash. You older Linton people. Where you gonna get the money to pay off Crown mama? It's the writing. I don't know. It's a little so I don't know. Like I don't like the way they doing this Lou character. I really don't like this. Okay, so Cartier tells him, listen, I want half of Crown's half. That would be 25%. Okay, basically 25%. All right. And Lou was like, I mean, why would we? He was like, listen, this business, like I told you, this is business. I'm talking about a long-term investor. I'm a long-term investor. Okay, I look at the big picture. Okay, and one ninja's crisis is another's opportunity. Yeah, it's the same thing, Lou, that you did to Crown. Remember, Crown cracked out. Okay, on that pony, on that white pony, on that white girl. Okay, and you rolled up on him in his time of need, gave him some money, and took over 50% of the business, and then pushed him around and bullied him the remainder of the time before you strangle him out and kill him in his own label, his own studio. Okay, later we see where Lou is in the studio with Zisa, and Zisa is singing, baby. She giving us full Aaliyah, baby, full Aaliyah. And Cartier is there, and Lou goes to make an adjustment on the soundboard, and Cartier pats his hand away. Okay, he like this jam. Leave it. Let's do it like this. And Lou is looking at Cartier like, Ninja, are you mean? Yeah. And your Crown. Cartier is you, Lou, and your Crown. Your Crown. This dude, you're never gonna shake this dude. He just intertwined himself into your business. You think you didn't want Rock to be a part of this thing? Oh, okay. I believe you should have went to Rock. That's the devil you know. This dude here, Cartier, you don't know him. You don't know him at all. Okay? Not at all. Okay? Let's talk about Kanan real quick. Kanan at home playing a game, child, and he look in his book bag and he see that pistol that Palomar gave him. Okay, and the letter that his daddy gave him. Now that letter ain't calling him that hard, right? He trying to avoid that. He kind of know what's gonna be in that letter, but he ain't ready to confront it yet. Instead, he gonna look at this gun, and he was like, you know what? Let me jump sharp, get clean, freshen up, and go and take this gun back over here to Palomar and see if I can't push up a little bit on Corinne. When he get there. Okay, I don't know if he called ahead or what. If she just generally overall hot in the puss, you know what I'm saying, and like her some tater tots, that she just lay around the house all day in these skimpy lingeries waiting on the eggplant to ring the doorbell. I don't know, but she answers the door, and she got on a little, a little something matching set, baby. She got the panties, the bra, and the robe. Okay. Okay, listen, and he was like, yeah, hey, I was gonna bring your gun back, and she was like, oh, okay, is Corinne around? No, Corinne not here. Corinne is over hanging out with a friend. And he was like, oh, okay, well, I just want to give you the gun back. She was like, I hope it kept you safe. And he was like, oh, yes, ma'am. I just feel, oh, yeah, And she was like, oh, okay. He was like, well, I guess I'm going to go on now. And she was like, ho, baby. Talk to mama for a minute. Talk to mama for a minute. He said, well, she said, I'm glad you're safe. I mean, I gave you my pistol because I wanted you to be able to protect yourself. And he was like, well, yeah, I was, and the whole time he talking, she done undid the top of that robe, baby. And she giving us full, okay, lace cleavage, okay, faint areolas in the background, okay, areolas peeking gently out from underneath the lace, right? And she is just hands to the back and pushed him up, and she was like, and he was like, oh, she was like, you know what? Oh, I wouldn't want anything to happen to you. And he was like, oh, well, you know, I appreciate it. She just, and he was like, oh, wait a minute. You a Korean's mother. You're a Korean's mother. You can't be kissing me like this. She was like, I am a woman. Ain't I a woman? Huh? Ain't I a woman too? Huh? And he was like, oh, you definitely female. You definitely you smell good too, and you taste like, is that vanilla? Okay, it's cinnamon, a little nutmeg in your kiss, like, oh. And she was like, it surely is. Come on, get you another slice of blackberry cobbler, right? And he is fully making out with Korean's mama, okay, in their living room. It's a mess, right? And I don't know if he slept with her that day. I don't know if he slept with her that day and or what, because next time we see him, he having lunch with Symphony, and Symphony let him know he got a job at this company down in up in North Carolina, Charlotte to be more specific. Okay, it's a good opportunity for him, and he's gonna move. And Kanan, who's talking about his grades and doing well and having goals, and he think he got things kind of figured out. He got a plan. Woo. You gonna tell my mama that you leaving? And he was like, well, I was thinking about not saying anything at all, just leaving. And he was like, well, now you got to know I'm not stupid. You telling me because you want me to tell her. You need to tell her. And Symphony was like, you think you smart, don't you? He was like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, right? Okay. And so that was a good conversation. I really like to see them together, right? So then we see where listen, he back again at Palomar house, and this time they coming out of the court. You know, he just got his knees buckled, right? He just don't move. Palomar's like, you like them kegels, don't you? You like what them kegels do, huh? You see what them kegels do? A well-seasoned kegel muscle will not let you down. That's how she looked. She was like, I don't seem that old, do I? He was like, I really thought you was Korean's sister when I first met you. And she was like, for real? He was like, oh yeah. Korean walk in. He jump up, and Palomar's like, can I help you? And she was like, Mama, do you know if this milk is and she was like, oh. Kanan's like, this is not what it looked like. And Palomar is like, oh, just calm down. And she was like, Mom, you filthy whore. I was like, oh, what is this? What kind of dynamic? What's the D word I'm looking for? God dang, I guess is the word I'm looking for. It's going on here. Okay. Throw that milk hard against the wall. Okay. Palomar don't blink. But Kanan is like, listen, I need to explain. Korean turns and runs out. And Kanan trying to get his clothes together and get everything. And he's standing up on the side of the bed. Palomar's still on the bed. And she got that sheet wrapped around her. And she's like, baby, don't go. He was like, are you crazy? No, this is not normal. You're her mother. None of this is normal. Nothing about this is normal. Right? But when you was inside of her, was you thinking about normal? Not really at all. But it's fine. It's okay. And she stands there and leans up and kisses him again. Baby. She told Korean a woman got to learn how to keep her man. That's what she told Korean. And as Kanan is standing there, he seems tall and he seems big and bulky and manly, and he's got a gold chain on. But listen, do not let that gold chain fool you. Do not let the way that it is shot fool you. The fact of the matter is, Kanan as a character is a 15-year-old high school student. This is gross. This is gross. This is gross. Okay. Later on, when Corinne Ashford gets a minute, she runs up on Rock as Rock is coming out of her house and tells her about her mom and Kanan. Well, what she said was, "My name is Corinne Ashford, and there's something about Kanan you need to know. I think you should know." I don't know. So let's talk about Rock, okay? Rock and her cleavage go to dinner with Cartier. They down at the Russian tea room having vodka and caviar. And he's pontificating about caviar. And it's like having money. He's always got a bit of pontification. I think this is one of the things that made Cartier really, really dangerous, is that he seems like he's, just pretty innocuous. At the same time, he has these explosive moments where he's pretty darn violent. Okay, so they chit-chatting and talking, and Basie Skanks walk in. The guy who played Basie Skanks on Greenleaf, that character walk in, that actor walk in. He's playing this guy named Tremont, right? And he is let Cartier tell it over his DC distribution. You know what I'm saying? His operation in DC. Okay. And they have conversation about the Pierre, which is a hotel, and where is Abraham? No, Abraham is cheap. Abraham stayed down at the Hilton. I don't do the Hilton. And it seemed like it was just this friendly conversation. I thought we were supposed to meet later on. Are you following me here? And he was like, no, I came here to have dinner myself. And he was like, okay, so you staying at the Pierre, a luxury suite, and you down here at the Russian tea room for vodka and caviar? He said, God dog, I must be paying you too much. And so the guy was like, I make my own money. He was like, you know what I'm saying? I like nice things too. And like I said, the conversation just kind of flipped a little bit, and it just became this really like eggplant measuring contest, but in this kind of oddly scary way, because Tremont, Basie Skanks, was kind of trying to hold his own. At the same time, it just seemed like Cartier was getting a little bit more aggressive, and he says, I'm making y'all too much money. He was like, I make my own money. He was like, first of all, I forget what he said. I made you, or I built you, or I said what I said, or I got my, I don't know what it was Cartier said, but he said it like in this explosive way. Now get the duck out of here, ninja, and let me enjoy my caviar and my stoli. And he just shook his head and walked off. Now, he had introduced himself to Rock already. That's how we found out his name was Tremont. Okay, but it was just like I said, it was a weird conversation between them. It was an eggplant measuring contest, and these names were dropped out there. You know what I'm saying? All these different names: Pierre, Hilton, Tremont, Abraham. Okay, and he's a DC distro. Wow, it's a lot of information that Cartier was giving out. The way they was talking and dropping information, I was like, is Rock being set up? Is Rock being set up? I'm not saying set up by the police, set up to go to jail, but it seemed like she being set up to be taken down in a way. I don't know what's going on here. It seems weird, but everybody playing their part to the hilt, so I'm not sure. Like Howard say, it's so much lying and perpetrating going on out here. We don't know who's telling the truth and who lying. We don't know who's zooming who. Okay? Huh? Okay? Later in the hotel, Pierre, Rock sitting in the lobby when Tremont walks through with a black eye. Or it might have been the Hilton. We meet later at the Hilton, right? That's what he said. So coming down the stairs from the Hilton, see, Rocket already put a bug in Cartier's ear, and Cartier said, "That's my man. He's a loyal soldier." Or something. And Rock said, "It don't look like it to me." He know his place, and Rock said that he don't look like it to me. And so evidently when he met up with Tremont at the Hilton, one thing led to another, and Tremont is walking through the lobby now when Rock stopped him, and he got a black eye. She brings it up, and she brings up how underappreciated he is. Okay, he feel like he got everything under control. She said, from the looks of things, yeah, maybe things are out of your control. Well, I got to offer you, you really should not refuse. Basically, for the most part, she wants to take him out from under Cartier. She don't want to go through Cartier to become a distro or to do some distribution. She want to do her own thing. She building her own empire. So now she's trying to steal his soldiers out from underneath him, his consiglieres out from underneath him. And she said, I got a better product and a better price. He said, I don't know you, ma'am. I don't know you. Okay. And she was like, well, just think about it. Better powder. Okay. Better money. Better price. All right. And he was like, how you know I'm not going to tell Cartier? And she was like, something tells me it's not in your best interest to cross Cartier wrong again. Ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Okay, Rock is very proud of herself. She's so proud of herself, baby. She feel like she really doing stuff. Now she got that house she want, okay, under contract. Okay, and they standing on the lawn. I didn't understand all this conversation about the homeowners association and they need to know that you can pay. I'm like, well, I need to know they can pay. It just seemed weird to me. They don't tell you all that. They don't tell you all that. I ain't never heard tell us. With the association need to know if you got. Now I don't know. Maybe in these $1 million homes, that's what they do. They got to have all your paperwork that they're gonna share with the association. If I got that kind of money, I don't need to be a part of no association. I am my own association. But Rock tell them, listen, we got to have proof of income. They need to make sure you can cut your grass and take care of your the aesthetics of the home. You know what I'm saying? And she says, Rock say, listen, let them know I own a label and a lawnmower. Okay, this house is mine. Alright. Okay. And we see where she leaves there. Like I said, she's feeling good about everything she's got going on. Okay, she leaves there and she goes and has dinner with Juliana and Jean Quinn. Is it Jean Quinn or Joaquin? I don't know. Is it Jean Quinn or Joaquin? Y'all put it down below. But that's her cousin from Colombia, right? And you know, Juliana tells her cousin about what happened to her, and she's not happy with the Unique situation and that Rock is working with Unique. And Rock tells her, listen, I understand. I agree with you. It's unacceptable. Okay, and he's gonna have to pay, but this is the price we got to pay right now in order to work out of New Jersey. And John Quinn or Joaquin said, this is the how do you say, that's French actually, how do you say small potatoes, right? He sound a little bit like our favorite from the original Power, the one we love so much. Anyway, Lobos. He sound a lot of like Lobos. And he tells him, he says, sound like small potatoes. And she says, not to jump ahead, you know what I'm saying, to count my chickens before they hatch or anything, but I'm making moves that will take us to Maryland, DC, the whole Eastern Seaboard. Okay. And Juliana jumps in and say, you do not need Unique in order to run your business. I was like, oh, okay. Got your cousin here with you. You got all kinds of words for Rock. That's real cute, Juliana. Then we see where she says, listen, Juliana, we're going to handle Unique, okay? Okay? Calm down. Calm down. Calm down. Right? Okay. And Jean Quinn or Joaquin said, keep us posted on the expansion. Okay. Then we see where Tremont done said Abraham. Now we see Abraham into the restaurant to just see who Rock meeting with. And when he comes back and gets in the car and tells Tremont that she meeting with this woman and this dude, and they talking about some type of business, he don't know what, because he couldn't hear the conversation, but he could see them conversing. And and then Tremont says, let's find out all we can about everyone that was at that table, all the players at that table. Let's see what we can find out. I was like, oh, okay, maybe they not trying to trap Rock. Maybe this isn't a setup for Rock, because if it's a setup, they would know a lot about Rock already, right? I would think, but we gonna see. Okay, so then we see where back at home, Rock is at the house and Symphony comes over, and this is when she finds out about Burke pulling him over. But first she finds out the fact that he's moving, and she don't want him to move. She kind of play it coy a little bit, but when she come down them stairs, baby, and she sees him inside of that that diamond shaped cutout they used to put back in all the doors. She sees him, she's like, ooh, yeah, you got a little tingle. Your stomach turned over a little bit, didn't it? Huh? You got a little moist, right? Yeah, that's your man's. You like him. You actually like him. She tells him good luck. She wished him the best. She always knew it was something special about him, and woo. And he tells her about Burke and the pulling over and the baby daddy, and he asked about it, and woo. And this detective, and yeah, who's Kanan's daddy? And she goes cold. I'm talking about ice cold. What did you say when she asked you? He said nothing. Oh, well, can you expound on that nothing? I mean, my idea of what nothing is and your idea of what nothing is might be two different things. He was like, I thought we was going to be able to connect parts. Before I left, I thought I was going to be able to slide one in, panties to the side. But I see right now you the same ice queen. You always is when I just be trying to help you. And he says, you know what? You take good care, Rock. He gets up and walks off. Okay? And she looking crazy. You did it again, girl. You did it again. You did it again. Okay? Like I said, he tells her goodbye. Okay, and then we see where Rock decides she goes and talks to Detective Howard, and that's when that whole conversation happened. Okay, and it leaves her feeling like maybe I can't trust Symphony. Okay, but at the same time, I felt like I couldn't trust Scrap, and I found out I was wrong about that. Nonetheless, though, y'all know how it is. If you got any connection with Rock at all, you can't get a traffic ticket. You can't get a citation for going against the crosswalk in a school zone. I mean, you can't do any of this stuff, because if you go past the police department at all, you sneeze and the police says, God bless you, Rock may shoot you dead. She may shoot you dead if she think you a snitch and you gonna run her business. And Symphony is no different. Okay, Rock, she gonna run down on Symphony herself. Okay, and she got her lights off in a unmarked decoy type vehicle. She ain't in the Range Rover. Okay, and she got a silencer with her, and she and she drives by and she gonna shoot baby, but her panties say, wait, don't do it. If things get hot here, he moving already to North Carolina, and you can hide out there. No one will be the wiser, right? Unless Kanan is the one looking for you, because he know exactly where Symphony is. Okay? She can't do it. She cannot shoot this man. She has feelings for this man. And what is she wrong? Then you killed a perfectly good piece of D. And that's how the episode goes off. Okay? Good episode. What did y'all think? Put it down below. Listen, Until next time, honeybees. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Wait a minute. Let me ask y'all some questions before I go. Huh? Let's do it. If Rock is using a record label as her proof of income, why didn't Lou go to her? Okay, he don't want to work for Rock. He don't want Rock as a part of his business. But did he know? Didn't he know that she was gonna use the label when he borrowed money from her the last time? Okay, didn't he feel like he could be a little closer to her because she told him about Crown plotting against him? It's weird. Is it a glitch in the writing? Like, what's happening? Okay. Unique talking with Capone Jr. about the other dealers. We talked about that. Maybe Palomar isn't a plant. We talked about that. Cartier claiming Rock label, and she claiming his crew member, his distro. Oh, it's gonna be war. Y'all think it's gonna be war? I feel like it's inevitable. I feel like Lou may also be one of the casualties of this season. Yeah, what y'all think? Okay, the difference is Cartier checked with Lou about Rock and the label, right? She know that that's his crew member, and she taking it out from under him. So if he stepped to Rock, in this real crazy violent way, I mean, even SWAT can't be no swindle. I like the acting energy between the actress that plays Raquel and Omar Epps. I don't know, I just something about them I like together. Like I said, Rock, y'all think Rock spared Symphony because she want a place to go when things get hot, because things is about to get hot, especially with the Marvin Tremont Italian situation and the Tremont situation. It's about to heat all the way up. Now, y'all tell me what you think. Now, y'all can put it down below. Okay? And until next time, honeybees, mwah, mwah, mwah. I'll holla.